How you guys doing today? I'm William Myers from Mantis Outdoors. Today we're going to be showing Austin how to do a basic figure 4 deadfall trap. Don't go away. Alright Austin, what you're looking for is a nice green branch, stick of some kind. You want that to be about that big around, okay? Because we're going to cut into it, and with my notches, I don't want them to go past the half mark on the stick, because then you're going to affect the structural integrity of the trap itself. So go ahead and that one looks like a good one. We'll go over there. All right. So you're gonna want 3 components out of this. Go ahead and cut this right here at this knot, and I want it to be flat. Okay. And then take from your wrist to your elbow and cut again. Okay?
Flat?
Yeah, flat as it can be. Okay. And then we'll go from there. Go ahead and make those 2 cuts. Right there. It's pretty flat. Yeah, but I don't want to even use this one. Well, we'll see. We got that one in case. Can't be too thick, you know what I mean? Except from like your wrist to your elbow. For right now. And then we can shape it however we want. Track that branch. Start out with. It's going to get smaller, trust me. Now I like the way that your knees aren't in the snow. I like that.
Okay, I don't have the lining on these pants either.
Oh yeah, so that'd be... Alright, so that we're going to use as the top part that angles down, because that's what's going to be bearing the weight. So that you want your thickest piece to be that part. Well, there's 2 parts going to be bearing the weight. So your second thickest part is what's going to be actually standing up. So cut this right above that node right there, where that branch is. Sorry. It's right there. And then the trigger stick, and I want you to just cut right here above. See where that mark is?
Yeah.
Cut right there, and then we'll worry about that up there.
That's the least flat as possible.
It doesn't really have. It doesn't matter right there. Just cut the top off of it, no big deal. Right where the top is. Alright, so see, you got all 3 components out of that one stick. You know, you didn't have to go around hunting for a billion other sticks. Alright, so now we're going to make our first cut. Now what's going to happen is, this is going to be on the ground just like this. So let's leave this, so with the natural growth of the tree goes from wider to narrower up here. So let's leave the wider part on the ground this way, and let's go ahead and work on the top here. All right, so up here what I want is just it to come to a point, but I don't want it to be a sharp point. I want it to actually have a nice flat piece up here. And I'm going to go ahead and show you that because we're going to make this cut again. And what I'm doing is I'm eyeballing it and making sure that I have everything symmetrical. Get that knot out of there. This trap depends on balance, so you want everything to be as symmetrical as possible. Alright, see that? I left that big ledge up on top. I'm going to show that to the camera too. So it doesn't come to a sharp point up there. I still want some of that meat left on there. Just like that. Okay. So that is what the figure 4 is going to rest on. And then the weight goes on top of the other stick that's going to be up on top here. So now let's go ahead and set this stick aside for a second. We still need do some work on this one, but we'll go ahead and skip to the next one. All right. All right, just the opposite of what I was talking about there. Here, I want the wider part to be up here because this is what's going to sit on the stick just like this, and then the weight's going to be on here. So I want a lot of meat up here. So what I want you to do is right here, just make a regular hook notch. It's a flat notch starting there.
Just cut into it.
Well, you know, it'd be easier is if you use that Baco. Use that Baco just to not pass the halfway mark into the wood. And then you can cut the rest of it out. See what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not.
You're not following me?
Flat notch. Yeah. Sorry.
Nope. Just here. Let me see this.
Oh, just so that way it just sets in there.
Uh-huh. Go ahead and cut the rest of that notch out. Just.
Just kind of V it a little bit.
No. Whoop. I'm sorry, bub. I didn't know. Have you,
No,
you not done notching before?
No.
Okay, start back here and just meet. Just do not hit it really hard because then you'll knock the rest of that off. Just come up here and meet that ledge that I made.
Okay.
Just like that, and you're going to make a notch.
Okay.
Camera. Just don't swing that freaking knife. Just like that. Hang on. Let me see your knife, just so it's your knife that's doing it. Okay. When you're doing the notch, you did a good job, no big deal. Just when I see like this, take your knife, go on the flat part. Just like that. That'll work. That's gonna bring up that piece that we just made. It's gonna come right into there. Alright, so we got that part. Now, we give you your knife back. Alright, so this is what we made so far. Just like that. And there's a reason why I wanted that meat left on there. A sharp point is really hard to get the balance point. So what we gotta do now is this stick, and what I wanna do is I want you to saw this stick hold this. Just saw that stick right there. Then we'll go from there. You got the saw? The other components. It's all going to make sense here in a minute. Trust me. Alright. Now, that same edge that I put on this, you think you can do that? Okay, now what I want you to do, this is a really important job because it has to be symmetrical, okay? You have to hook your finger here so you know where it is and follow the line of the wood down, and it has to be directly flat in line with this on both sides, okay? So just right on the back side here, start taking wood off. Now what I do is I hook my hand, my finger, I hook it into that notch.
Yeah.
Just like that. And then I use that. And your mind is hand-eye coordination. Your mind's telling you directly where you're cutting, right on top of that notch. Now remember, you don't want to bring that to a point. Go about halfway into the wood, and then we're going to flip it around. So you want to square like a chisel tip, kind of almost to it. Don't mess with you?
Not so much. It's alright. It's just once you use it for a while, it gets to be a little bit of a pain. It'll work for now, though.
Put that straight away. Austin, gonna put that knife away, bro.
Oh, nice. Let me get a solid footing here. Got it.
Yep.
You gotta watch when you walk with your knives and this stuff, man.
Yeah, that's why you want to make sure you're gonna have them sheathed.
Yeah.
While you're walking, things like that. Yeah, you're switching from a flat grind to a skinny grind. It's going plain wood a lot faster. So be careful.
If I could make a suggestion, cut off one side and then the other instead of taking the full width of the wood.
It's perfectly even.
Well, you can take that off.
What he's talking
after.
about is, look at the center line right here.
Yeah.
Look at center line just like this, and take off this half.
Mm-hmm.
Then go back center line, go that half. Even if you only took a half of that, you know, just like that.
You're taking less wood, it's less effort for you, the handler.
Yeah.
It's
Honestly.
taking more and it's less effort. That's
Honestly,
that's
it's
pretty
almost,
slick.
it's almost done. Just hang on.
Yeah, that's real close. That knife is slick.
That's awesome. That grip is just.
Now see what I'm doing here is the belly back in here.
Yeah.
It was kind of raised more than I liked it to. So instead of going the whole way down, once I come this way, I'm going to pull the knife up and just take that. So I'm not taking out of this right here. I'm choosing what side of the wood I'm taking out of. Just like that. Because it's done. Just like that. That's what you want. Go ahead and show it to the camera. Alright, cool. Alright, so these two components are done. It's fairly exactly the way I want it. Yeah, this side kind of flanged out that way, but it'll definitely work. No big deal with that knife. So now, step by step, what you got is you got this component right here, okay? Now what we're going to do is make a stick that hooks to this part using this same notch here, okay? Notch is going to go in the back just like this, and it's going to come into this stick right here, okay? So let's worry about this notch right now. And this is where you're really going to be careful. I don't want you to use a saw or anything like that. What I want you to do is I want you to tuck this into your underarm just like this. Brace the back of the wood right here. Work above your hands. Don't work into your hands, okay? In case this stick were to break or anything like that, you cut a freaking finger off, okay? Work above your hands. Take that knife in a straight line. Work it back and forth to get that starting cut, the starting line, and then come behind that cut and meet your cut. Don't be overly aggressive and don't put too much pressure behind this because you'll go right straight off the stick. Okay.
Should have down my glove here. Starting to sweat.
Now I'm making a line in it where exactly where I want you to start. There you go. Do not go past center line. Alright, try to take a notch out of that. See what happens. Do not be overly aggressive. Just really lightly. Because if you pop the top off that, you got to start over. There you go. Take your knife. There you go. There you go. Exactly. Yeah, don't pick it off, clip it off. Pick it off, you get the fibers that are stuck in there, and that gets messed up into the other side that we're going to put into that. Just makes life hell. Gotta trim it up anyways. Alright, let me see what you got there.
Probably shouldn't go. A little bit deeper.
No, if you go any deeper, it's going to make the stick weaker. What you got going on though is, if you can imagine the backstop of the notch, and this would be the V swoop, just like this. It's kind of hooked in just like this, and I want it to be a little bit more straighter, so I'm just going to kind of touch it up a little bit.
Can I see what I have before you touch it up?
See how it swoops in this way?
Yeah, you just want it straight in.
I'm just going to clip it up just a little bit, right into that notch right there. Plus, what I'm doing with this as well is I'm removing some of the debris that was left too. And that way we'll just get a clean catch when we put our V in there. All right, so let's take a moment. I thought I would. So this is what we got so far. Now what we're going to do is we're going to catch this right here, and then we got to decide where our next cut is going to be. Because what you're going to do is going to make a square notch now. That'll be dandy fine right there. So now what I want to do is I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to score this.
Right where the stick is on there.
Yeah. Yep, like that. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to mark this right here. So he's directly 45 degrees around to the side of where this notch is right here, okay? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and knock this notch out real quick.
Okay.
So square notch, it's really easy to do it like a saw or something like that, and it's really easy to do it like make a big line, another big line, deep impression, and then take your knife, put it in the middle, and just pop that out. But what I'm going to do is show you another way to do it as well, is to just go from the middle and just make that regular notch that you made back here just twice. We are going to go a little deeper into this one because this one isn't really bearing any weight, it's just acting as a trigger. So we can actually go a little bit into the wood, a little deeper, just to make sure we get a good hold on the rest of the trap. Plenty. See, that's more than halfway, but it doesn't matter because this isn't going to be bearing any weight.
Cool.
Okay. So now I take this stick and I put it back together and I find where that point is again. And you see what's going on here? This is going to clip right into here. Just like that. So I want to find out where that's going to happen. That's right above that knot, so that's easy because it's its own guide to that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to shave that off right there. And I'm going to make a square just like that, okay? So hold these parts. And this is the one where you definitely do not want to go more than halfway into the wood because this is a load bearing stick here. You just want to make that ledge right there just enough to catch the other stick, that trigger stick. Just like that, okay? And now I'll see the stick right here and I'll put it against there, and one of the tricks that I do is I got a firm hold right there, but if the animal comes and he bites a hold of this or he bumps it or if he pushes down on it, it could just kind of slide down. It has a high percentage of set the trap off, but you have a higher percent if you take right where the stick is and you slope it down. Just get that square knocked off of that side right there. I'm going to actually go into the camera and show that. So right there is where the figure 4 is stuck. I'm going to mark that right there, have Austin hold it, and then I'm just going to knock that square right off. And now I have higher of a percentage of catching or setting the trigger off and setting the trap off in more positions. If the animal bumps it, it's going to go off, but now if he presses down on it, in the slightest amount, it's going to go off as well. Alright, Austin, go ahead and jump right over there so you can see what's going on. And what I'm going to do is have you hold this for a second. And the reason why I put this stick here was if I just put this in the snow, chances are if this set got set off, you might just hold into that and just stay there just like that. So you want something that's going to definitely fall around. And we're going to set this up hopefully just like that. So go ahead and give me the other stick there. Then do me a big favor and hold that. Now I'm going to pull it up a little bit, pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. There you go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up, and I'm going to set it off, and I'm going to have you set it up again. And the reason why is because I definitely want you to feel the different balance points that this freaking thing has. Because this thing can be a bit of a pain to set sometimes.
Knock that snow out of the way in front of us here. Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Drop that anvil and see where it lands. Okay, go ahead, pick it up. Make this quick. My hands are getting cold. Go ahead and give me some weight. Put it on there. Alright guys, so this is all of our components together and working right now. We got the flattened part up here to give it a fulcrum, to give it a pivot right up here. Got our notch cut in there, notch cut in the back, and it's being held by this trigger right here if we can get a zoom in there.
Yeah, let me zoom in.
Alright, so animal comes in here, sets it off. It's crushed dead by the weight. Any animal that you're targeting with this trap, the weight needs to be 3 times the animal's weight at least that you're targeting to get success. And that was a figure 4 deadfall trap. Alright guys, this has been William Myers with Mantis Outdoors. Hope you liked the video. If you did, I appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. Liking my video helps me out a lot. I appreciate all your views, comments, and support. Hopefully, we'll see you out in the woods. More, more, more.
God. Chaka Khan. All right.
All right, guys. This has been William Myers with Mantis Outdoors. I hope.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Huh?
Hooray! You starting a race? All right, start over. Okay, ready? Go. 3, 2, 1.
All right, guys. This has been William Myers with Mantis Outdoors. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, appreciate it if you click subscribe. It's a little red button right there. I like it if you. Hang on, one more time. 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, this is William Myers with Mantis Outdoors. Jamie's in the background doing all kinds of stupid.
Okay.
Okay. 3, 2. Hi guys, this has been William Myers with Mantis Outdoors. Hi guys, I've been here for 30 minutes. Alright guys, this has been William Myers with Mantis Outdoors. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I appreciate it if you click subscribe. It's right there, little red button. Appreciate it if you liked the video.
3, 2, 1.